Hey guys, it's California Phantom. I'm here to make an update video on my Phantom 4 Pro Plus Obsidian that I submitted in for DJI. I know a lot of you have had horror stories. I've seen them online in the forums, I've seen them in the comment section, and I gotta say, I am thoroughly impressed. I submitted my drone in approximately 10 days ago, and I just got it back from DJI. I have a parts list as far as what they repaired, and that's something that I definitely want to go into. I suffered a power failure. For those of you who have not watched the previous video, I'll have that linked up top there. Alright, so I have 3 batteries that I currently use with my Phantom 4 Pro Plus Obsidian. And in actuality, with a 30-minute flight time, I usually can get away with only using 2 batteries. Now, in this particular event, I was filming for an individual who's starting up his YouTube channel, and I was using my 3rd battery, and that's something I don't ordinarily do. I think maybe I may have had 3 or 4 flights on that battery, but I trusted it enough to employ it, and I used it. While this is separate than DJI's findings, I do feel that the 3rd battery was the culprit and the reason why I had the sudden power failure to begin with. About 12.5 feet up, I was following a motorcycle. I was going only 3.5, 4 miles an hour. He was just barely coasting. And so all of a sudden, the drone just crashed completely to the ground. So with a sudden power failure, you're not actually going to be able to film the drone as it hits the ground, because as soon as the power is lost, the camera completely shuts off. So I got the repair invoice from DJI, and it included $450 in repair costs that they fully covered. So I had everything from the motor replaced, the gimbal cover, I had the exterior lighting replaced, I had the propellers replaced. They also threw in that extra battery. So I contacted DJI using their official toll-free number in hopes of actually being able to find out specifically what caused the power failure. While they didn't give me a specific reason, they did hint to the fact that it was likely the battery is the culprit. So I've been doing some research on power failures with the Phantom line, and I've been looking for reasons beyond just voltage concerns, and I did find out a lot of interesting things involving the clips. Now, many of you that own the Mavic series and even the Spark series can attest to the fact that the battery, when it's in and it's secure, the tabs pop fully and they're very, very large, and you get a really positive click. In the Phantom line, it's not necessarily the same thing. While you do hear an audible click, you don't necessarily feel the clips react or move a lot when you sit the battery into its compartment bay. I know several of you have reached out to me and asked me if potentially I could have not seated the battery fully, and I don't know if it's 100% possible or impossible, because I won't rule out anything. But one very important tip that I do use when employing my pre-flight checkup is I insert the battery, I hear the audible click, and then I try to remove the battery using a portion of the battery that are not the clips. So I'll actually reach around to the side of the battery where there isn't any clips, and I'll pull on it using a decent amount of force. And if I can't remove it, then I know it's fully seated, and I just go ahead and push it back a little bit more. That's just my little pre-flight check to make sure that the battery won't fall out. It's really only an issue with the Phantom series. It's not really an issue with the Mavic Spark or Mavic Air, I'm sure. Alright guys, that's it. You got to see some Phantom 4 Pro Plus Obsidian footage of my neighborhood. You got to see that it's now repaired, fully operational, and I got to give my hats off to DJI.
5 and 2/10 left, and now they're 1 stop away.
They only took 10 days. I shipped it from Northern California to Southern California. They diagnosed it, they repaired it, they gave me all the parts for free. It was covered under that 4-month warranty, including replacing that all expensive $170 battery. So I do appreciate that. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, please hit that subscribe, give me a like, and more importantly, leave me a comment. I'm curious to see how DJI handled your situation. Maybe you never suffered a crash, but you know someone that did. I want to know how they handled it. I always hear these horror stories, and I always find it very interesting that I don't experience it myself. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So until the next adventure.